Hello and welcome, 22nd of May, it's about 11 o'clock in the morning. Cold, wet and windy out there, but I'm in here. This week I am transferring half of my chilies, peppers and tomatoes to the allotment in the shed/greenhouse. So I'll be mostly moving stuff about. Let's get going. Right, so the tomatoes, peppers and chilies that I'm moving into the shed/greenhouse today, I've been in a cold frame at home for 2 weeks outside in the garden, so they'll be used to a bit more cold weather. The other half, roughly half of the plants I've got wet on my kitchen table, I've moved them into the cold frame now, so in a couple of weeks they'll be a bit more used to it and they can come to the allotment. Let's have a quick look what's going on at home then. We've almost got the kitchen table back. Aubergines under the grow light, all nice and safe and secure there. Pumpkins and squash started off. Some are just still in the propagator, just popping up. Got a couple of black Russian tomatoes there that are going to stay here at home. Some basil in the background there. Got the leeks, not too happy about them, but they'll be alright. And the cold frame, but I've still got the smaller tomatoes, chilies and peppers. So these only came out yesterday. They were on the kitchen table yesterday. So the tomatoes here, all 4 different varieties that I've got, but they're a foot tall tops. I've got some sweet corn starting off in the back there, but that is the cold frame at home. Keeping my aubergines inside. I'm keeping my aubergines inside for the minute till it really warms up. I'm trying to spread my risk. So these have come out now. I've got the other half of the plants in the cold frame. I might eventually move some tomato plants outside once the weather picks up. Just have 2 or 3 different things, different places going on. In case I've got a failure in one area. So moving these plants here, I had to make some room. I had a double shelf, temporary shelving, breeze block, some wood at the front of the structure I've got here. Switched all that around so it's now, instead of 2 shelves high, it's 2 shelves deep. I had to move my cabbages and my peas across to this shelf. I've moved salad leaves across there to shift the onions that I had in here into the nursery area outside. Accordingly, I had to evict my strawberries to the outside area near the pond. They're lower down. They were outside all winter anyway, so they should be fine there. And in my nursery area, I did notice my sunflowers that I've got growing full of roots in the pot, so I've put them into the ground. So this brave pioneer, this one, I moved this into here 2 or 3 days ago as a test, see if it could survive. With it having a paper pot, that paper pot's still damp. My main issue moving stuff in here will be watering, and once it gets really hot and sunny, that's a dream at the minute with this weather. Once it gets really hot and sunny, I'm going to have to come down to the allotment a bit more and water the plants. But if I'm moving the tomatoes into bigger pots, they should hold more moisture. And the ones that are left in the paper pots till they get a bit bigger, that's still damp after a couple of days, so it should be all right. Right, I've got my big pots and some canes. I'm gonna pot on some of the bigger tomatoes into the bigger pots, get them on the shelf and rearrange all this nicely, see how much room I've got. Right, let's get cracking. So we've got 4 types of tomatoes here. We've got the black Russians, which are about 2 feet tall. They're the tallest of the lot and they're in need of some support. We've got a Craigella there. We've got 4 Tigerellas and 3 Orange Queens. I'm going to start with the black Russians have a look at the roots on them when I put them in the pot. So there's evidence of the roots creeping out. With these paper pots I could plant them straight in to the soil because they'll just rot, but I want to look what's happening with the roots. Plenty of root action there. Plenty of root action. Let's get them in the bigger pots. I'll be much happier. So the greenhouse is filling up nicely. I've got the tomatoes staked for support. Probably need some more staking later on. Got the peppers and chilies with the paper soaked, so they won't need watering for a few days. I'll come back and check on everything during the week. Right, that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. Click subscribe, send me a comment, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. Black Russian are the black pots and the pipes. Craigella, Tigerella, Orange Queen.